Madrid's locker room is starting to feel like a WWE locker room during the Attitude Era. You've got Dictator Mbappé making more commands, making more orders than Big Smoke from GTA San Andreas. You've got Rudiger hitting Carreras with a Superman punch, while Trent Alexander-Arnold is jumping in Bellingham's arms like he's Shaggy with Scooby-Doo. Tchouaméni and Valverde squabbling up during training. The only time that a white dude and a black dude should have beef in training day is when it's starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. We need to start calling Real Madrid Karen FC, because no matter if it's Xabi Alonso or it's Arbeloa, these players are always going to complain to the manager. And maybe the funniest part of Real Madrid's locker room in the last week suddenly turning into Fight Club is that their next rumored manager is Jose Mourinho, a manager that has fought his talent so many times that at this point, he's basically the Portuguese Vince McMahon. Bruh, it is your boy, the Streets Champ, Toby World, party time, excellent, and let's break it down! No control. There is no control. Romelu Lukaku first touch. There is no control in the Real Madrid locker room. And like you watching this video, when you're finally getting laid for the first time ever, we knew it was coming. We just didn't think it was gonna happen this fast. Real Madrid hired Xabi Alonso as their manager earlier in the season. Not only is this guy a bona fide Real Madrid icon and a young fresh manager that just went invincible in Germany, he's also kinda hot. So we all thought that this has to work. But this group of self-righteous, egotistical players had no respect for the man, and as soon as he walked in, they started acting like a bunch of monkeys. And no, Vinicius, don't cry, that you know what I mean. Simply put, these players did not play for Alonso. They were not as receptive to him as they were to Carlo Ancelotti. And with the immense power that these players have, the writing was on the wall, and Alonso was eventually unemployed. Alonso, if you're watching this, hear me out. Here's the deal. How about you come to Chelsea? Because unlike the Real Madrid players, Chelsea players don't have a bad attitude. Except for Alejandro Garnacho. And our vice captain, Enzo Fernandez, who actually threatened to leave to Real Madrid. And Caicedo, who averages 12 yellow cards a season. And João Pedro, who has the same amount of goals this season as his girlfriend's age. And you know what? Just don't come to Chelsea. But the way that the Real Madrid players got Alonso kicked out of this institution showed that the inmates really ran the asylum. So when Arbeloa became Real Madrid's interim manager, people started rolling their eyes because honestly, you could have made Plank from Ed and Eddie Real Madrid's manager and the result would still be the same. Real Madrid has a new leader and we know exactly who it is. Whether it's Trent and Bellingham forming the most zesty supervillain group since the Ginyu Force in Dragon Ball Z, Vinny Hutt Jr., who complains so much that at this point, he's genuinely rivaling Candace from Phineas and Ferb, or the first French dictator since Napoleon Bonaparte, Mr. Kylian Mbappé. The players have the final say. Now, sometimes this can be good, especially if the players at hand are responsible. I'll give you guys an example. From 2010 up until about 2012, Chelsea's manager could have been Casper the Friendly Ghost. It didn't matter. In that period of time, Chelsea were ran by their locker room leaders. Peter Cech, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, and the man who so graciously offered to pick my wife up from the airport, John Terry. What a nice guy. And I'm serious when I say these guys basically had more power than any manager at the time. Back in 2010, they had an FA Cup final. Carlo Ancelotti literally walked into the changing room before the match and asked the players, so what do you guys want to do in this match? The players basically went in with no tactics and decided how they were going to play the match and went on to win the final. And look, as much as I respect Roberto Di Matteo, them eventually winning the 2012 Champions League was down to Chelsea's locker room leaders, stepping up when it mattered most. Why am I saying all of this? Because this incident with Real Madrid is not the first time we have seen a team ran by its players. It's happened before, and sometimes it reaps rewards. Now the Real Madrid players run the show. How's that going? Well... Kylian Mbappé is a dude who had so much power in Paris, you would think that he was Kanye West and Jay-Z in 2012. He had such a ridiculous contract back when he was playing for PSG. He was damn near the owner and the sporting director. Oh, by the way, while I'm recording this video, last night, PSG just made it to their second Champions League final in the last 2 seasons. It is genuinely absurd that despite the fact that Mbappé was absolutely insane at PSG, his legacy is going to be forgotten. Because the history that PSG are making right now essentially started as soon as he left the club. But yes, although this guy has scored some ridiculous amount of goals at Real Madrid, a lot of people are worried that the toxic environment that has been brewing at Real Madrid has been thanks to him. They call him a dictator. And crazy enough, there is currently a petition going around begging for his release from his Real Madrid contract, and it has 20 million signatures. Scratch that, it is now 20,000,001. because I just signed it. Come on, Mbappé, you know you want to help Chelsea in the Conference League. It's on pace to be the most signed petition in history. This doesn't help that one, when Mbappé is on the field, he drifts into the same areas that Vinicius tries to operate in. And two, there's heavy speculation that Mbappé and Bellingham don't get along with each other. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if one day Trent Arnold and Bellingham beat up Mbappé together, kind of the same way that Captain America and Winter Soldier jumped Iron Man. And it's strongly suggested that Mbappé might actually try to leave Real Madrid. But trust me when I say, Mbappé is not the only problem. Now, all the way back in February, it was reported... Yo! Are we? Are we? Are we? Ah, okay. Pedro Porca just called and he said, guys, he wants y'all to please subscribe if you have not already. We are trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. We are only 20,000 away. Guys, please, if you haven't already, join the damn journey and comment down that you're joining so that I can welcome you personally. Now, it is being reported that Rudiger slapped his own teammate, Carreras. This happened in February, the day after the team had a dinner together and agreed to fight together for titles this season. What title are they fighting for? The welterweight championship? And here's some more footage of Rudiger slapping a staff member at Real Madrid. Now, I don't know why he did this, but I'm pretty sure it's because the guy has the same hair as Carreras. Rudiger, come on! You can't be slapping your own teammates. Re-sign for Chelsea, and then you can do it. Now, that's not the only fight. Tchouaméni and Valverde recently had an altercation in the changing room. It was a very physical fight, and they had to be separated. It was so intense that during the fight, Militao suffered a knee injury. He wasn't really involved in the fight. He just always has a knee injury. Dude, why has Real Madrid's changing room turned into an elimination chamber? I'm even hearing reports that Real Madrid's medical team bullied their nutritionist so badly that she quit her job. And you know what's funny about all of this? In a couple of days, Real Madrid are facing Barca in El Clasico. Now, we all know there's always fights during El Clasico. This might be the first time where it's Real Madrid players versus Real Madrid players. And it's not just physical fights, man, because a lot of players backstage are just politicking their way around the club. Jude Bellingham's dad literally objected Xabi Alonso's tactics. Vinny Jr. didn't even hide his disdain that he had for Xabi Alonso. And now, even though Arbeloa is their manager, there are 6 players that are not even in talking terms with him right now. Guys, I'm gonna say this right now. This current Real Madrid team does have some star players. I mean, you have the likes of Bellingham, Vinicius, Mbappé, and company. These are some really good players, and they've achieved quite a lot. But I just find it so insane that a Real Madrid team containing a borderline criminal in Karim Benzema, a man who was so public for his disdain for Real Madrid that he made a flag about it with Gareth Bale, and the real-life version of Homelander, Cristiano Ronaldo, somehow, some way, did not have as many ego trips as this current Real Madrid team. So, the question is this. Is Mbappé gonna leave Real Madrid? Is this Real Madrid finally gonna have a bit of harmony? Or will they have even more fights? And if they do have more fights, is Liam Delap gonna try to sneak in so he can get a couple licks in because all the guy is good for is fighting? This is the part where I stop talking and you guys drop your piece. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching this video. This has been the Gift of Toby World. Drink it in, man.
Hit that sub button fast, quick. If you don't, you're gonna get your ass kicked. Cause the journey's looking magic. Subscribe, like it up, hype it up, hat trick. We want 100K, no pain. World gang's on fire, no cane. I think your girl rang. You tell me, Toby, I wanna join World Gang.
Man, wavy, that shit sound good.